This is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy in Frankfort, Kentucky, and this is Mat Chat. Today's topic is something that I think is an important one to address. I've had many discussions. It is tricks versus fundamentals. So games built on tricks versus games built on solid fundamentals. Over the years, I've rolled with a lot of people. I've had a lot of students, a lot of different instructors, and I've come across a lot of different styles of jiu-jitsu. And one trend that I've noticed is that a lot of students that don't have a good fundamentals background will think they're much better than they are because they have a bag of tricks. Okay, this bag of tricks may be 3 or 4 submissions that most people don't see coming that they can pull off, and so they have sort of an inflated sense of their ability level because they could tap out people that may be above their skill rank a few times here and there, but they don't have a solid fundamentals game. At Valhalla, our program is based on a fundamentals game, a solid fundamentals game. Positional dominance, okay, escapes, and then solid fundamental attacks. This is the best overall way of approaching jiu-jitsu. I've seen people be able to do flying omoplatas but not have any clue how to hold somebody down in cross-side. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand where that came from. I think a lot of it, one of my thoughts on this is a lot of it is that many schools don't have a curriculum. We have a firm curriculum here, especially for the beginners program. When you go through our beginners program, you get the fundamentals of your game. Even in the more advanced classes, we focus on fundamentals. Because if you look at the tournaments, yes, there are some strange styles out there in sport jiu-jitsu, but the one common denominator is that all the fundamental submissions are the ones that always win. There's some strange entries, but as being primarily not a tournament school, but one that thinks about grappling in the context of self-defense and the traditional art of grappling and tournaments, we want to try to merge those 3 things into one. So what things work best in all situations? And fundamentals are really the key. Being able to dominate the position. So position over submission. If you go to a tournament and you're in good position, you get a whole bunch of opportunities to attack. You have the initiative, you have the momentum, and your opponent is on the defense the whole time. If you only have a few crazy submissions that you can pull out of your bag of tricks, when those things don't work, you lose position, and then you're kind of screwed basically. You know, you're stuck on the bottom, you don't know how to get out. If you get on top in a position that's pretty dominant, you may not know what to do with it. The other problem with this bag of tricks is that people figure those out. Okay, you can only do your crazy moves on people so many times before they figure out that your 9-step process that it requires for the one specific situation where it really works well can be shut down by doing something as simple as grabbing your ankle or grabbing the gi on the other side. Then your game is essentially kind of destroyed, and you'll find that with your training partners, they'll start to burn you on that. If you have a solid fundamentals game, you may get caught occasionally by one of these tricks, but you'll quickly figure it out. So that is the real key there, is the fundamentals. So again, we stress that over and over and over again. And sometimes people think it's a simplistic approach, but I think it's a more tactically sound approach. Sure, work on these other moves, but don't spend most of your time working on them. Make sure you build a foundation, okay? If you think of it as a pyramid, you want a pyramid with a wide base of fundamentals, not standing on its head on one little point of your tricks, okay? So don't rely on your bag of tricks, rely on your fundamentals. Have some tricks in your bag, It's nice to do that. You can surprise people sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have these other ones to fall back on when the game isn't working the way you want it to. If you enjoyed this video, please click on like, share our videos, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comments are always welcome. I'll discuss these issues with you. I'll leave the comment section open. And again, this is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy. I'm reminding you to train hard, train smart, and train often. Thanks a lot.